Coming up next on Access Framingham TV is Framingham Fan to Fan, where we discuss all things sports in Framingham. Today we'll talk women's softball with 3 players from the Framingham State women's softball team. Seniors Dayna Marchant, Dziok, and Megan Downing. Stay tuned. This is going to be hard-hitting and fast-pitched. This is Framingham Fan to Fan on Access Framingham TV. Hi, I'm Dave Hornfischer, a Framingham sports fan, and I'm pleased to host this interview show, whose purpose is to highlight those who are involved in Framingham sports at all levels. We hope through this show to increase awareness and ideally fan support of these fun sporting events, and also increase participation in sports, but also to help use sports to achieve our station's goal of building community. Today I'm pleased to welcome 3 players from the Framingham State women's softball team. Dayna Marchant, Dziok, and Megan Downing. Women, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Just to get started, why don't you just start by telling our viewers kind of how you all got started playing softball. You probably started when you were about 5 years old or something?
So I actually, I started a little bit older. I never played t-ball, and I was signed up for softball in 4th grade, and I did not really like it. But then I got back into it around 7th grade, and that's where it kind of started to get picked up a little bit, and joined a lot of summer leagues and played pretty much year-round.
Yeah, so I started pretty early. I started with t-ball, and then we went on to the dads pitch underhand to you, and then I moved on and played all the way up through high school and into college.
Did you play in Little League baseball at all, or did you also always softball?
We definitely started with baseball, so when you start with baseball and then you move on, if you like it, you move on to softball.
Okay.
And
Megan?
I played t-ball when I was 5. We have softball program, we start pretty early in 3rd grade, so I played softball. I hated it as well. My mom encouraged me to
It can
play.
be so boring when you have to stand out in the outfield. And nobody hits the ball to you. And
but my mom was a good high school softball player, so she encouraged me to stick with it. I fell in love with it.
So you have some of it in your genes then, yeah. So talk a little bit about your high school experiences. Tell me where you're from and if you played softball in high school. Or?
Yeah, I'm from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. So I played for the Vikings in high school. Yeah, great team. I really enjoyed it. I think mainly I was more excited to play in the summer when we got to travel a lot, and I got to meet a lot of different girls from different towns around the area, and saw a lot of good softball.
I'm from Southampton, Massachusetts, so I went to Hampshire Regional High School. We had a really competitive softball program. We went to the state championships a lot. So that was a lot of fun for me. And then in the summer, it was more about a little laid back and just traveling with my friends.
I'm from Hanson, so I went to Whitman Hanson Regional High School. I played for the Panthers. I didn't play in the summer. I was a big soccer player and a basketball player, so I just played in the spring. I actually played Dayna in high school.
Really? Oh, that's cool. And you remember it?
Yes.
You were both so outstanding. You made an impression. And speaking of impressions, you probably made an impression on the Framingham State people. I bet somehow or other you didn't just accidentally happen to come here.
No, it was definitely a tough decision choosing a college, but I really liked the area and the small campus community. And I think I made the great choice.
And you were recruited?
Actually, yeah, we were recruited, but actually by the previous coach. So Larry, our coach right now, his first year was also our first year.
Okay.
So that was exciting to be able to do that with him.
And with you too?
So just getting recruited was a tough process, looking at different schools, but I definitely ended up finding a school I liked, and also being able to play softball was just a gift too.
Yeah, my junior year of high school, I tore my ACL, so I didn't even know I was going to continue my career. But the previous coach came and watched me play Dayna. So.
Oh, okay. So he walked out with 2 of you.
Yeah.
He got a twofer, yeah. Well, yeah, that's great. I'm always amazed by the extent of the recruiting of the athletes at Framingham State, and your story is not atypical of people coming here because they like the size of the school and the location. And but fast pitch softball is an intriguing game, and I think many of our viewers out there in Framingham TV land and on the internet. Probably, maybe a lot of them haven't even seen a game. I know they're starting to be on TV. In fact, I saw 2 of them on TV yesterday, and I filmed a little clip here, and I think I'd like to have them. We'll see if we can bring that up here in a second. And they just kind of illustrate, I think, more than anything else. I think the big difference is the pitching, and the windmill windup here. Here we go. This was a Auburn pitcher, and she's really letting that ball go. I mean, that's probably what, 70 or 80 miles an hour, and.
Yeah, probably around 70 miles per hour.
And she's only like 42 feet or so from the batter, right? And they have a nice facility down there in Alabama. And this pitch isn't quite so successful as I remember, we stopped it. But the catcher's job has got to be fairly tough too, with the ball coming in that fast and with the quickness of the game. I think we've got one more coming up of another pitcher from Wisconsin, I think, who was, I think, one of the stars in the Big Ten, as they were saying. This was all on ESPN. Yeah, here she is here. And I guess the windup is pretty much the same, right, everywhere?
Yep.
Yeah, for the most part.
And the catchers are giving signals for different kinds of pitches. I mean, are there different kinds of pitches that they can throw, drops and risers and curves and change-ups, or is there a different terminology?
Yep, it's all of that. All our pitchers have different pitches they pitch too, so they'll pitch the same pitches that D1 players pitch, and they'll have their own too.
And when you get a double and you end up at second, you end up happy, like she was there, right? So hitting. Let's talk a little bit about hitting this kind of pitching. I think Dayna, you told me, Dayna, you told me before you're the leadoff batter, so you have a different kind of a swing.
Yes,
as I remember.
I actually am a slap hitter, which is not very common. I mean, it's a little bit more common now, but it's...
So it's kind of like, can you give me a quick demonstration while seated?
Yes. It's tough while it's seated because I'm actually running at the ball.
Oh, right.
I don't just stand there.
Right.
So I'm running towards the ball in order to hopefully punch it through the infield or beat out a hit. So it's definitely a different style.
But you have to stay in the batter's box.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's
a trick.
Yeah, it's especially there's a new rule this year where if you're even a little bit out of the batter's box, they call you out.
Really?
So
Yeah.
that's definitely tough, especially when you see a changeup. It's really hard to stay in the box.
Yeah, because you're ready to go, and and that's a pitch you're probably going to take.
Yeah, unless I've got 2 strikes. Then you got to swing at it.
Okay, and hope to hit it. So is it your goal to hit a lot of foul balls too, and wear out the pitcher, or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
Just trying to foul off anything that you can get your bat on.
Okay, right, yeah, and you're sort of setting the tone for the rest of the team to show them what the pitcher's got, and especially in the first inning.
Well, being a lefty, sometimes it's tough being able to talk to like Meg and Anna because they're righties and they're, oh, what did you see? But everything that I saw is different. It's going to be different.
Yeah, and if you hit a ground ball to the infield, you probably have a pretty good chance to beat it out, right?
Yeah, I try to run as fast as I can.
Do you bunt?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
typically, being a slapper, you have the ability to be able to kind of read the defense. So sometimes if I see someone's playing a little bit further back, maybe I can drop down a bunt. Or if they're playing a little bit more in, then I can hit it over their head. So yeah, it's definitely a different strategy.
And the both of you were sort of middle of the order hitters, you were telling me. So talk a little bit about your approach at the plate and trying to deal with this kind of pitching.
Yeah, so I'm usually in the middle of the order, so I have people to talk to, see how the pitcher was before I get up. If there's anything specific, like they're throwing outside, I try to foul off as many until I get my pitch. So I just try to focus on getting a pitch in the zone that I can hit.
And you like low pitches or high pitches? Or?
I like the high pitches.
Oh, really? If
But
it's
go
high,
farther.
If it's high, let it fly. Is that what they say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Launch angle, I mean, the baseball, they talk so much about launch angle these days.
Yeah.
Is that sort of a softball issue, too? I mean, do you want to hit the ball in the air? Is that, or are you trying to? I mean, there's more things that can go wrong if you hit it on the ground, right?
Yeah.
That's true. You want to force the defense to make mistakes.
Right. And tell me your approach, Megan.
So I've been batting 3, and my job right now is Dayna's been getting on base, so just hit the ball, see the green, hit the ball in the outfield, line drives
Okay.
to the gaps.
Uh-huh. And I know there was a wonderful article in the Framingham Alumni Magazine this month about the softball team, and they mentioned how I guess it was when you were freshmen the teams wasn't very good, and oh, you're laughing, and it was sort of that bad, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had great experiences at it, and you learned to be humble, and you learned to play the game. And now you're seniors, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And last year was your junior year, and tell me about your season last year. Why don't you all give me a viewpoint of a couple of the highlights?
The season was unbelievable. So much fun, so much passion, and a lot of team chemistry and camaraderie, and we did really well. We played for each other all year. It was awesome.
And you ended up winning your league or something like that, or?
Yeah, so we won the MassCAC, which is all the state schools in Massachusetts, D3. And it was just a lot of fun working with other girls. We had fun on and off the field that season. We really did play for each other, so I think that was key.
And the way we won, we walked off in the bottom of the 7th.
Really?
So
In the league championship
in
game?
the league championship game.
Oh, that's always. So what happened then when during the walk-off? Did any of you have a role in that, or?
So we
all
all
did.
did.
We all
You all did,
Yes.
really? So okay, so let's walk through the inning. The score is tied, or you're behind.
We're behind.
So
You're behind by.
we were down 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and so our
And you were playing which school?
Westfield State.
Oh, they're the basketball rival too.
They
right?
are, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty big
so you're about to get even with them.
So yes,
okay.
so we were down 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and we got 2 quick outs, and the top of the order came up, which is Dayna. Dayna hit a single up the middle. Our second hitter, Mickey Moody, hit a single up the middle. I got up and I hit a single up the middle, and then Anna came up and hit a single up the middle and drove in 2 runs. And we
There was sort of a pattern to that. At some point,
Yeah.
you thought the shortstop and the second baseman
Yeah.
might have moved over a little bit, made a double play, and ended the whole thing. But they went to Westfield. Well, what do you expect? They're basketball players. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Was that the best win of the year then? Or?
I would say
yeah.
so, yeah.
I think
Definitely
I
most
read your
exciting.
record was what, 31-7.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you ever get beat? Yeah, what happened there? I mean, come on.
Well, it didn't happen very often.
No, not out of 38 games. No, well, thank you. Good point. Had Westfield beaten you?
Not that
No?
year,
Okay.
but previous years we've definitely struggled playing them.
Okay. So who is the toughest team you play?
The leagues, especially this year, I think it's pretty even. There's a lot of good teams this year.
I was trying to get a little research, so if there was going to be a good game, I'd be sure not to miss that one. So, and I want to try to convince some of the people out there in Framingham TV land when they let's talk about how I, as a sports fan, can get to see one of your games. Where do you play?
So we play on Maple Street Field. It's right near campus.
Right near
down
the
road.
football field.
Yeah, right down the road.
Right down Maple Street, which is not far from my house, and I could never find it. So, is there a
Yeah.
big sign out there that says Ram softball today?
Nope.
No.
No sign.
Is there one of you out there waving a little banner maybe before the game? Parking's probably very expensive.
No,
No,
free.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. But the tickets have got to be hard to get. No.
Free.
Free. Okay. Wow. This is kind of beginning to appeal to my value senses. Okay. So and the games usually are on what days of the week?
Our conference games are on Saturdays.
Okay.
So those are the big exciting games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're playing schools from 7th grade or something.
Usually we play teams like around the area,
Okay.
mostly on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, in the afternoon at,
Yes.
okay.
It's funny because not a lot of people know this, but every single time we meet with another team, we play 2 games. We play them twice.
Okay, so it's a double header.
Yeah.
Okay, and the games are 7 innings.
Yes.
Okay, and so the games start at what time?
3 and 5.
Oh, the
usually.
double headers, yeah.
Yes.
And the Saturday games are double headers too.
Yes, that's
Oh,
usually
okay, so they're all
1
double
and
headers.
3.
Oh, okay. So is the baseball field right near the softball field too?
Just down the road, but usually they play out in Northborough because it's turf out there.
Oh,
So
okay.
their field near school isn't really ready
Is your
yet.
field turf?
Yep, we have an all-turf
Oh,
field.
okay. So that's a lot easier to play on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know from playing a little bit myself, I play some indoor softball, and it's just so easy to pick a ball up. It just takes such a true bounce, unlike when it's on dirt. And,
Yeah.
But you've started already. I mean, we're filming this around the first week in April, and the weather in Framingham, other than a couple days in February, hasn't been 50 yet, I don't think. And so,
Yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about April, about outdoor sports in New England, and in April, I guess, in March. Your season started in March?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've had some home games already. In fact, you said you have played this weekend, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And so, are you a cold weather team then? You play better in cold weather?
We have
We
to.
are forced to.
You have to. Yeah. And so you also had a Florida spring trip, I guess, right? So that kind of ruined all of that, right? Yeah. Where did you go?
So we went down and played in Claremont. We played 10 games down there.
Claremont,
Florida.
Florida. Where in Florida is that? On the East Coast?
It's right near Orlando.
Oh, near Orlando.
Yes.
Okay, so that was a fun place to probably
Yeah.
be in the area of, so to speak, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So who did you play there?
We played some teams. We played a couple teams from Wisconsin.
Okay.
We played Keene State down there,
From New Hampshire. Yeah.
Stockton in New York. We played Bowdoin College, and I believe they're in Maine.
Right.
UNE.
And so how did you do there?
We did pretty good.
Uh-huh.
We
You won
went.
more than you lost?
We went 4-6.
Oh, okay. Also
Yeah.
10 games. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a tough
Yeah.
week.
Who was the toughest team you played?
Maybe RPI.
Oh yeah, they're
Okay.
really
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah.
Well, they never get a warm day out there.
Absolutely.
They probably have a great indoor facility.
Yeah.
So where do you practice before the season starts? Do you have an indoor batting cage or something you can use? Or
Yep. We have an old gym at the school, so they have the main gym for all the basketball games. There's an older gym in that facility that we use the batting cage back there, and we also use rubber balls off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And so the league that you're in this year, you think you got a pretty good chance at it, and you've got off to a good. You're ready. When's your next game? Or you're playing this coming Tuesday?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're playing Leslie on Tuesday.
And are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Oh, okay.
We also play Babson College on Wednesday, and we played them in the regional tournament after we won our league, and we lost to them 1-0 in I think 9 innings. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll
Okay.
be a pretty good game
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Yeah, so you've got something to catch up with then.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so when you're playing your games, let's just talk a little bit about some of the strategy of playing a game. The scores are probably pretty low with fast pitching, and so a couple runs makes a difference. And
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and you're an outfielder, and you two are infielders. So,
Yes.
what are some of the strategies of playing infield that you have to think about?
Usually, I think about if the ball comes to me on this play, what am I doing? Every time the pitch is pitched, where am I going? I play second, and Meg plays shortstop, so I have to think like, what is Meg doing, and what am I doing? So,
Right.
a lot of communication.
And you have to watch what kind of pitch the pitcher's throwing. Is that?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We can see what our catchers call, so we can see maybe what side of the infield it should go to, or if it's off speed or something.
And as an outfielder, do you have some of the same kind of things to think about? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely make sure I try to take the best cuts to the ball I can so I don't overrun
Where
it.
in the outfield do you play?
I play right field.
Okay.
So often it comes off the bat really hot, and it's a hot shot to me.
I was going to say right field is kind of because most batters are right-handed, so when they hit them to you, they're kind of spinning away, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
more of a tail, so you kind of have to go more to the line and make sure that it doesn't tail right before it hits your glove.
Right.
That's the worst. That's happened to me a couple times, and it's not good.
So does your field have a fence?
Yes.
Okay. And it's about how far?
Oh, I'm not really too sure.
Probably around.
There's no big number on it.
No.
Okay.
No.
So do people hit home runs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Meg and Anna hit a lot.
Really? But you're still. Have you got one this year yet?
Not this year.
Not this
It's
year.
coming.
Well, the cold weather can't be. It can't be fun to hit in this cold weather,
Yeah, it's tough.
especially when the ball's coming in. You said they come in 50, 60 miles an hour, and if you get it on the wrong part of the bat, it's gonna.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of equipment do you wear? You obviously have a helmet of some sort. Does it have a face guard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to wear the face guard, but most
Uh-huh.
girls on our team do.
And you got batting gloves, shoulder pads, elbow pads.
I wear one on my shoulder just because one time I got a hot shot in the elbow and it hurt really badly.
Oh, in the outfield. Yeah.
No, I was batting
Oh,
and I got hit by a pitch.
Oh, you got hit by a pitch. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. A lot of the professional players do that now. I'm increasingly seeing that. And so, do you wear long pants, short pants, spikes?
We wear the pants that go up to your knees.
Okay.
We got some cool striped socks this year.
Okay. All right.
We have to wear rubber cleats because we can't wear medals on the turf.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, being on turf. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do some of the games you play are not on turf? Some of the other schools?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
those are
we're
probably
the only
little-
one that plays on turf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the infield, I mean, it's probably a blessing because the ball bounces truer, but it probably bounces higher and hotter, right?
Well,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
play deeper too. So like, I don't have to
because
play.
it gets to you quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the throw from shorts requires a pretty strong arm. Huh?
Yeah.
Have you always had a good arm? Is that something that you were kind of identified with early?
I think so. I think that's why they stuck me there.
Yeah, I was proudest of the fact that I taught my daughter to pitch right, to throw right when she was young, and she can still throw a ball pretty hard. So, are you all sports fans when you're not playing?
Oh yes.
Oh, definitely.
And you probably, since we don't have a New Yorker here, you're probably a Red Sox fans, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We go
Okay.
to the games together sometimes.
Oh,
so,
do you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do the Red Sox have any kind of programs for softball teams or anything like that?
I don't think
No,
so.
no, okay.
We should get on that though.
Yeah, you should, yeah. And although you did tell me before, and let's get it on the record here, that Larry Miller, your coach, Larry has been very helpful in getting me Framingham athletes. So I have nothing but total respect for Larry. And if you're watching this, Larry, this is for you. However, you told me a dirty secret about Larry. Larry's a Yankee fan?
Yeah.
Yankee fan.
Is that an issue on the team? I mean, how do you tolerate this?
Yeah. Sometimes we go back and forth if there's a big game, like, oh, coach, do you see that game last night? Maybe this week we'll have to give him a
that's
heads
great.
up.
All kidding aside, that is what helps build some good team spirit. So what are you all doing at Framingham State? Are you history majors or math majors or?
I'm an economics major
Okay.
with business. So I'm hoping after graduation I can kind of get into an analytical role. And I would like to stay in the area. I love the Metro West region. Lots to do around here.
Yep. So have you had a chance to do an internship or anything like that? Or?
Yes, actually, this past summer I interned at Cumberland Farms.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot. Got some great experience.
All about the ice cream business and the milk business. And the
Mainly
stores.
coffee.
Coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. What about you, Ann?
I'm a math major with
Okay.
an economics minor, so I'm going into the analytics and business part of it as well. I haven't had an internship like Dayna. I actually work in the athletic office at school, so
Okay.
I've been busy with that.
So you keep some of the stats there?
Mostly working the games, like the football games and the
Oh, okay.
basketball games.
So like being a referee or a linesman. Have you been a linesman at a football game?
No, Meg does that.
Really? Really? Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Oh, I would
Those are
think
big
it
guys.
would be. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. And so what's your major?
I'm a criminology major with a minor in psychology, and I hope to get into. I want to work in Homeland Security. I had an internship with the State Police Marine Unit in Boston, so that's pretty cool. Very
Yeah,
good. for
internships are really the things in education these days. It really gets you something to put on your resume.
Yeah.
But a football what's the title again? A lines person they call it?
I
Or
was
a-
like the ball person. Like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't measure
I did the
first
down
downs.
marker one game too.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
did?
like that,
Oh,
though.
okay. Yeah. That can be a little tense down there. But playing softball and all these other sports you play, I mean, playing second base and having a line drive come at you can't
Yeah.
be too much fun either. So you've all been in Framingham for 4 years. Talk a little bit about what are some of the things that you like about being a student in Framingham?
I absolutely love the small, like tight-knit community at Framingham. You know a lot of people, and when you walk down the sidewalk, there you can say hello to a lot of people. lots of great spirit, and I've learned a lot in my classes, and being a student athlete as well has really taught me a lot of great values and great time management skills as well.
Yeah, right, of course, yeah. So, no, I was talking about also about being in the now city of Framingham. Are there things you like to do in Framingham?
Yeah, absolutely. Where I'm from is pretty boring.
Bridgewater.
Yeah, so there's not much going on, but so I love Shoppers World. I'm always there.
There's a state university there, though, right? And you could have gone there, right?
Yes, a
But-
little too close to home.
Yeah, right. All the students from Framingham go there. Yeah. And Anna, what are your tell me a little bit about your experiences both at the college and or the university, I should say, and the city.
Yeah, so I'm also from a really small town, so being in a busier area is really fun for me. I like being able to like hop on the commuter here and go to Boston, but we stay around here a lot. We go out with our friends and just go shopping. There's a lot of places to eat.
Good restaurants.
Yeah, we found
Favorite
them all.
food, favorite restaurants?
I would say the nachos from Beer Works.
Nachos place.
From Beer Works.
Oh, okay, right.
Framingham Beer Works.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, your turn, Megan.
I'm also from a small town. I'm from Hanson, so about all there is in Hanson is cranberry bogs. So I love Framingham. There's so much to do, so many opportunities here. About anything you could imagine on Route 9. So even though it's a pain to drive down in the traffic, I do love the area.
You just have to know the time to do it. Right?
Yes.
So you all had other choices as other schools that you might have gone? Did you have a second choice that came close? Or?
Yeah, I really liked Southern New Hampshire University, but I liked the feel of being closer to the city, and that's why I chose here.
Yeah, I liked a lot of schools in Connecticut and Rhode Island, but they were out of state and definitely a lot pricier. So
Okay, the in-state tuition helps.
it really
right,
does.
Yeah, right.
But it was easy to pick here, going
yeah,
to Framingham.
And mine was between here and Roger Williams University in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Definitely the price played a
Right.
big impact in
Yeah,
that.
you know, that's a big issue in higher education, that's for sure these
Yeah.
days. Is not having to own more than what I paid for a house a long time ago when you get out of school. So the softball team do you have any kind of motivational messages that the coach gives you? One of the things that I found kind of interesting in doing this show is that, you know, the Bill Belichick "do your job" message is sort of everybody's got their own version of that. Is there one that you kind of that kind of pervades the softball team at FSU?
Yeah, actually, our coach is really good with that stuff. He's got a lot of passion and spirit for the game, and this year our little slogan is the bus, ride the bus.
Ride the bus.
He told us about this energy bus that he read about, and that if you want to be on the bus, you got to bring the most energy that we've got.
Beautiful. Okay, so ride the bus. That's a good one. We'll put that on the list. Well, you know, unfortunately, as I warned you when this started, our time is just about up. It's been great talking to you all. You've been great representatives of the university and of the community here. And thanks so much for being here. You've certainly got my interest up in coming up to see one of your games, which again are on Saturdays starting at
1 o'clock.
at 1 o'clock and weekdays on Tuesdays or Thursdays
At 3.
at 3 o'clock, and it's free. And why could anybody in Framingham not want to go up and see a softball game with three great athletes like these? It's a lot of fun. Why couldn't anybody want to come back and watch Access Framingham fan to fan? It's a lot of fun too. So thanks so much for tuning in, and come back and watch us again. Bye.